Okay guys, Mr. Burns here with your video for lesson 12T, introducing percents. A percent is a ratio that compares a number to 100. When a number is written as a percent, the symbol percent is placed after the number. For example, the ratio 10 over 100 can be rewritten as 10% with a percent sign after it. Percents can be written as fractions in simplest form or as decimals. To write a percent as fractions and decimals, the first thing you have to do is write a percent as a fraction. Write the value of the percent in the numerator of the fraction and 100 in the denominator. Then write the fraction in simplest form. Or, step number 2, you can write a percent as a decimal, write it as a fraction, and then convert the fraction to a decimal. On this worksheet, I'll show you guys how to do all of those things. Percents can also be very small or very large. No matter how small or how large, a percent is always a number compared to 100. So the denominator is always going to be 100. Your instructions for numbers 1 through 3 says for each shaded grid, write the ratio of the shaded squares to 100 as a fraction, and then write the percent of squares shaded as a number with a percent sign. So in number 1, you'll notice that 50 out of the 100 squares is shaded. And then to rewrite this as a percent, it would be 50%. For number 2, you'll notice that, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 65. So 65 out of the 100 little squares are shaded for a grand total of 65%. For number 3, again, you'll notice that 5. So on this one, you'll notice that 5 out of the 100 little squares are shaded, so this would be 5%. For number 4, it says shade 50% of the figure. You'll notice that this figure here has a grand total of 4 smaller squares that make up the 1 larger square. So to shade 50% of this figure, we would shade 2 out of the 4 little squares. Alright, numbers 5 through 8. On numbers 5 through 8, your instructions are to write each percent as a fraction in simplest form. So here's what we do. So for number 5, you've got 50%. So 50 out of 100. So 50 out of 100. What's the greatest common factor of 50 and 100? The greatest common factor is 50. So I'm going to divide both the numerator and the denominator by 50. 50 divided by 50 is 1, and then 100 divided by 50 is 2. Okay, number 6. On number 6, you've got 99%, so 99 out of 100. What's the greatest common factor between 99 and 100? The greatest common factor is 1, so you're done reducing. That can't be reduced any farther. So 99% is the same thing as 99 over 100. On number 7, you've got 50%, so 15 out of 100. What's the greatest common factor between 15 and 100? The greatest common factor is 5. So I'm going to divide both the numerator and the denominator by 5. 15 divided by 5 is 3, and 100 divided by 5 is 20. So there you go. On number 8, you've got 200%. So it's going to be 200 over 100. What's the greatest common factor between 200 and 100? That's 100. So I'm going to divide both the numerator and the denominator by 100. So I end up with 2 over 1. And then if you wanted to, you would reduce 2 over 1 all the way down to 2. Alright, for numbers 9 through 12. 9 through 12, it says write each percent as a decimal. So here's how you write a percent as a decimal. The first thing you do is you put 25 over 100. And then to change a fraction into a decimal, you take the numerator and divide it by the denominator. And then 25 divided by 100, okay, is 0.25. And that's my final answer. For number 10, you've got 10%, so 10 out of 100. Change it to a decimal, take the numerator, divide it by the denominator, and 10 divided by 100 is 0.1, or 1/10. Number 11, you've got 3%, so that's going to be 3 over 100. Change it to a decimal. I go 3 divided by 100, and when I go 3 divided by 100, I get 0.03. Okay, on to number 12. On number 12, you've got 500%. So let's go ahead and change that into a, oops, use a different color here. Change it into fractions. It's going to be 500 over 100. Say 500 divided by 100, and then 500 divided by 5 divided by 100 is 5. And that is my final answer. On number 3, it says if 90% of a drink is real fruit juice, what percent is not real fruit juice? Well, if you've got 100% and you subtract 95%, okay, the real juice, that gives you what percent is not juice, which is 5%. Number 14, it says Max found a jacket on sale for 20% off its original price. What percent of the original price will Max pay for the jacket? Again, you've got 100%. To find out what the percent off is, you would subtract the sale percentage. Okay, so 20, back up there, and that gives you 80%. So you're going to pay for 80% of the jacket once you take the 25% off at the original price. Okay, let's go ahead and go to the, oh no, that's it. Let's go ahead and get out a piece of paper, a pencil, and a calculator. Let's get ready to write down our assignment. Good job, you guys.